Coming up in just a few days, Winnipeg audiences will have the opportunity to see one of the truly great string quartets on the scene today. The Swedish Stenhammar String Quartet will be in Winnipeg performing two concerts, one for Virtuosi and one for Winnipeg's GroundSwell. The concert for Virtuosi takes place this Sunday, November 3rd at 2:30 p.m. at the WAG Kammarorkestermuseum Richardson Auditorium. Called Stockholm, Paris, and Prague 1900, this concert will feature music of Germain Taillefer, Dietrich Smetana, and the Stenhammar Quartet's namesake, Wilhelm Stenhammar. The concert for Groundswell takes place on Monday, November 4th at 7:30 p.m., again at the Mira Richardson Auditorium at the WAG. This concert will feature two world premiere works by Manitoba composers Orion Sandred and Gordon Fitzell, as well as music by Inuit throat singer and composer Tanya Tagaq, Indigenous cellist and composer Chris Dirksen, and American composer Carolyn Shaw. The two concerts will display the Stenhammar Quartet's mastery at switching between the more traditional string quartet literature and contemporary music for string quartet. Both concerts are sure to be truly excellent, and it is my privilege to have here over Zoom two members of the Stenhammar Quartet, violinist Per Öman and cellist Matt Olofsson. Hello, Per and Matt. It's nice to meet you here over Zoom.
Hello, hello.
Mm. Uh, okay, so I first want to start out the conversation. You landed in Montreal this past Friday. Now that you've been here in Canada for a couple of days, have you been enjoying Montreal? And do you still have concerts to do there? And what's been your experience in Canada so far?
Oh, yeah. Our first impression is really great. We love it here. Of course, we were a bit jet lagged first about 48 hours, but now we're settled in and we really enjoy it here. Yeah, beautiful.
It's a fantastic, Montreal's a fantastic city. The quartet is performing here in Winnipeg two vastly different programs. This is one of the things that the Stenhammars do. You're able to play the standard literature and modern contemporary music. What is it you like about switching between the two?
Well, playing even early music, we do. I think it's we benefit from mixing different styles and to treat sound in a I mean to produce a nice sound in every kind of repertoire you present.
Yeah, in every situation.
Yeah.
Mhm. I want to start first of all by talking about the Virtuosi concert. It's called Stockholm, Paris, and Prague 1900, and I want to start with the 1900 part of the concert. It was such a stylistically revolutionary time in music. You had Strauss and Mahler doing their thing with the orchestra. You had Debussy and Fauré and Ravel revolutionizing harmonies and textures in France. Sibelius and Nielsen were reinventing the symphony in Scandinavia. What is it you find so fascinating about this moment in regards to the string quartet, this turn of the into the 20th century?
Yeah, well, the only piece that is exactly on the spot 1900 is the Stenhammar Quartet. It's very close at least, but so much happened then. So many different styles. The romantic style meets something new to come. Schoenberg is on his way, and Stravinsky as well, and everything's happening around that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to, and then I want to move to the Stockholm element of the Virtuosi concert. You're playing your namesake string quartet, Wilhelm Stenhammar. You're playing his third quartet. The quartet has recorded all of Stenhammar's quartets. What is it that you love about his music, and why specifically the third? Was it because it was written in 1900?
Well, of course, as the title of the concert says, we chose number 3 because it's written very close to the 1900 figure. And but otherwise, I mean, we play all of the Stenhammar quartets regularly. So it's and we love them all. So it's not that we particularly favorite number 3. For us, they are equally fantastic. All quartets. They are different because from the early first, second, and then if you go to the number 6, they are very different in style. And number 3 is sort of has a sort of touch from the past with Beethoven. The scherzo, for example, is very much influenced by Beethoven. But then Stenhammar has his own style, and always you can feel that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other big quartet that you're doing for the Virtuosi concert is the Smetana Second String Quartet. It was written near the end of his life, 1883. He died in 84. One of the things I listened to it this morning, and one of the things that struck me was there's no slow movement. All the movements are marked allegro, and then the final movement is a presto. You've got this juxtaposition of this angst, and then there's this folksy beauty in it as well. I'm thinking in particular of the second movement. He wrote it. He was almost completely deaf. Can you talk about the impact of his deafness on that quartet? And does the Stenhammar Quartet, do you think about that when you're performing it?
Absolutely. He's obviously quite frustrated, and I don't know. It's not like problems are solved in the end of the piece, but yeah.
It's almost that presto, that final presto movement. It's almost like he's pulling his hair out. I mean, he doesn't know what to do with himself. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Love this piece for some reason.
Does it create any problems in rehearsal? Like when you're working on it, what does the quartet need to work on in regards to the Smetana Quartet?
Well, one difficulty, which is a bit similar to the Stenhammar quartets in general, is that with the intonation, that it's so hard to get the intonation perfect. You have to work really hard in the Smetana quartet, and the chords are. He's not thinking like this. This is sounding and it's in a good position. Not. It's just you have to find them, and they are not in comfortable positions. So you have to work hard for the sound and the intonation, and of course this second quartet it's really special. It's so different from his first and I mean most famous chamber music work, I guess. It's totally different.
Yeah. But the first is also autobiographical as well, right? I mean, from my life. Yeah. Sorry, you were going to say something, Per?
Yeah, I was going to say that he kind of showed the way to the Czech style. So when Dvorak begins his quartet journey, it's I don't know. The style is developed, and his pieces are so much more idiomatic. But the Smetana is, I don't know. I like the resistance it gives the quartet. It's a beautiful piece and strange.
Yeah. It's a great piece. I'm looking forward to hearing it on Sunday. And then finally, we move to France. You're doing Germain Taillefer's string quartet, written just after the First World War, 1919. It's a miniature of a string quartet. It comes in around 10 minutes. You can hear the influence of Debussy and Ravel quartets in that quartet. Do you find that? And does a quartet create any challenges? Like, is she doing anything new that Debussy and Ravel hadn't done in their quartets?
Well, I mean, we sort of found this piece to play when we were preparing for the recording of the Ravel and Debussy quartets. And we needed something to go with it. There are so many recordings with Ravel, Debussy, and we wanted to find some quartet which has not been recorded along these giants, so to speak. And then we found the quartet by Taillefer, and of course it has influences from both Ravel and Debussy, but it is also an own language she has. Yeah.
And it's obviously it's a later piece. She was as you know, a member of the
Lecis, yeah.
And Ibert, I hear, I think we all do hear traces from Ibert and those guys later. It's a little bit naive in a nice way. It's definitely later than Ravel, much later than Debussy.
Yeah. It's a great quartet.
Yeah,
so that's the concert for Virtuosi. I'm sure it's going to be super excellent. I'm excited about seeing it. I'm going to be there on Sunday. Then on Monday, you've got the concert for GroundSwell. It's my understanding that Orion Sundred's winning of a Guggenheim Fellowship helped pave the way for the quartet to come here. Can you talk about how that collaboration got started?
Yeah, I guess it was nearly, must be 2 years ago. Örjan contacted us and asked that, do you want me to write a piece for you? And of course, we said yes to that. And then we started, we had a meeting in Stockholm, and he told us about his idea to involve AI. And it's been a very interesting journey. And now we are here.
Yeah.
We've been a little bit afraid that AI would eat us, but yeah. we're still alive.
Yeah. How is that going? I was going to ask about that. Yeah. How does he make use of AI in the quartet?
Well, it's so that we are playing like normally, and the AI is, I guess you can say, listening in on us and taking up things we do and twist them, so that it's like a fifth member in the quartet, you can say.
So, what kind of sounds is it making?
Not any thing which is going far out from the music we play. It's using one note, some tremolo, something, and doing something with it, but it's in a quite subtle way.
Oh wow! It should be just great. A lot of the music on Monday's concert makes use of technology. Orion Sandred is one of the curators for the concert, but the other one is Gordon Fitzell. I saw an interview that Gord did where he talks about his quartet that he wrote for you, and he says he quotes music of Stenhammar. Did the quartet recognize the quotes that Gord makes of? And what is this piece, Sleight of Hand, like?
Yeah, yes, we definitely recognize the Stenhammar references, no doubt. Is it a secret? No. Some beautiful passages from the second quartet by Stenhammar. Yeah, but it's about his I don't know how to say this. His wife's parental anyway,
grandfather, I guess.
Yeah, her grandfather. He was an inventor and created rockets in the, I don't know, 40s, and he was filming. He was a very creative man, and things from his past pop up in this composition. Yeah. It's very interesting and a very loving composition.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then speaking of quoting, Carolyn Shaw's piece on the program, Entract, it's inspired by Haydn. How How is the piece inspired by Haydn?
Do you want to,
there is it refers to a certain moment in a certain Haydn quartet, Opus 74 or something. We played this movement along with the Shaw Quartet at least once in concert, and we asked the audience, did you recognize? Did it make any interest? No, but I think it's more about a compositional it was an inspiration for her. Very difficult for an audience to detect, but it doesn't matter. I think it's her feeling, and she wanted to transfer this into her own piece.
Wow. Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. She's a great composer. It should be a really interesting piece. And then you've got this piece by Tanya Tagak. Her piece, help me out here, Simonitini, I think is how it's pronounced. It was written for the Kronos Quartet, and it replicates Inuit throat singing. When learning the piece, did the Stenhammar Quartet, did you research what Inuit throat singing was to sort of duplicate that sound in the quartet? I mean, she does it so well, right?
Yeah, we heard a recording with Tanya, and it's amazing what sounds comes. And what we understood is that she has been sort of singing this whole piece, and then what's his name? But anyway, that she has been singing it, and it's then been written down.
Mm.
And then it's very interesting to see how the Kronos Quartet learned to find the technique to do the sounds.
So we basically studied the Kronos rather than Tanya until now, but maybe we should dig into Tanya's singing more. I don't know. Yeah. We'll definitely play the piece again.
Yeah, I heard a snippet of it, and it captures Inuit throat singing so well. Like it's so effective. And then also on the GroundSwell program, you've got Chris Dirkson's piece, White Man's Cattle. She makes use of historical audio recordings. What audio recordings does she make use of, and how does she incorporate it into the quartet writing?
Well, it's what I've understood. It's recorded from a landowner
in the
1920s. And of course, it's today really politically feels awkward to hear it.
Yeah.
But then going with the piece, it's I think it's a really nice piece. It's mostly going in a 7-8 bars swing, and then there is this beautiful middle passage. Before that, it's the second speech from the same man, and then comes like a requiem passage, and it is that one is my favorite part, where it's
it's kind of the climax.
Yeah,
but the text is disturbing in a way. By the way, I must say. Chris is a cellist. That's very obvious to me. It's very well written for the cello.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very well written.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So it fits well. Both concerts are going to be just great. For you as a quartet, what are you looking forward to most about coming to Winnipeg?
Yeah, I mean, it's first time in Canada for me. You've been here.
I've been there. Now the museum has opened. I look forward to that, to see it. the
Museum for Human Rights.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It's great. The weather should be good, I guess. Last I saw it was about six. It was going to be about 6 degrees around Sunday, Monday. So not so. It could be a lot worse. Yeah, that's for sure.
It's like it's been rather cold here in Montreal also now, but then I think in 2 days it will be over 20 degrees Celsius. So
Yeah,
it's really shifting.
yeah. We've had a very warm fall here. So yeah, the weather should be great
All
for
right.
all of you. Oh, Per and Mats, this has just been really great to have the opportunity to sit down and chat with you about the Virtuosi concert on Sunday,
Right.
November 3rd, and the GroundSwell concert on Monday, November 4th. All the best. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person. I'll be there on Sunday. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me today. This has been really wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.